Now, lots of people are hooked on Davina's new dating show, My Mum, Your Dad, which sees 4 single midlifers, all nominated by their kids, trying to find love. There's plenty of emotional moments, and one of the dads, Roger, has a hard time settling into the show after revealing his wife died from cancer just 18 months ago.
And she got seen to really quick, and it was melanoma. But she didn't know at that time that the cancer had gone to her brain. She said, I'm very tired. I said, come on, I'll put you to bed, or do you want to go on settee? And she says, put me on settee. And then I come in about half hour later, and obviously I should have just phoned for an ambulance straight away.
But you wouldn't have known.
Yeah, cool.
So when is the right time to move on to a new relationship, Kelly?
I think it's obviously an individual thing, because relationships end for so many different reasons, whether it's an end of life, whether it's a divorce, whether it's thank God you're gone. Do you know what I mean? There's so many reasons that relationships end. I mean, similar to the story that we just saw, my beautiful uncle, who's one of the most amazing men, lost his wife to cancer. But what was amazing for us as a family is their connection was so wonderful, and they had these amazing 2 years together, which was just amazing, right? But you kind of think, oh, you know, is he going to find a space within himself where he can feel like he can love again? Is he going to be ready to love again? He's such an amazing man. And we watched that process of healing, of getting over, of feeling that kind of sense of her giving him those wishes to say, it's OK, hun, you know, I would want you to move on, because she knew she was going to go. So it's that lovely journey that people go on, and it's an individual journey for each person, how they're going to feel when they're ready, and when the time is right, only they'll know.
Very true. Brenda?
Yeah, I totally agree. I think the right time is your time, and only you can decide when that time is. You know, I did speak to... I had a friend who I spoke to a couple of days ago who's a widower about a year and a half ago, and the guilt that they said that they felt of wanting to find somebody else, they just feel too much guilt. And I'm kind of saying, well, all in good time. Whenever you're ready, as that well-known song goes, you can't hurry love, right? So it's whenever you're ready. For me personally, I have been on here quite a few times. I've been married once before, and it was lovely, but we got divorced, and I don't have any intention of getting married again. That's just my personal thing. But that doesn't mean that I always say I want to have that companionship. I don't think necessarily you need to be married in order to enjoy that companionship with somebody, or have that little romantic cuddle in front of a romantic movie or something like that.
You went to see a psychic, didn't you?
Well, yeah, it was Jamal's birthday on the 24th of August, and the day after, I was feeling a little bit fuzzy in my head, a little bit down, and I was walking to We Will Rock You, and I literally walked past this bookshop, and it said it did psychic readings, and I was like... You know, I'm somebody who has so many questions and so many unanswered questions, should I say. And so I walked in just off the street, didn't make an appointment or anything, and I said, can I have a reading, please? And they had a slot right then and there. So I sat down and I drew 7 cards. I shuffled the pack and drew 7 cards. And out of that, there were 2 of the 7 cards. The first one, which really freaked me out a little bit, it was the number 31, which I've got it on my phone. I took a picture. It was a number 31, and it was just birds' feathers. Jamal was 31 when he passed, so that meant something to me. And the other one was a person, a horse in a tree, which is the symbolism of a guardian. And the person said to me, you have been through a lot. It seems like in February you've been through a lot emotionally, and you are doing something, you're a guardian, which means that you are trying to help other people, like young people. I haven't gone into detail about the trust that I've set up with Jamal's legacy, and I know that he didn't know that, but he said, because you are going to be so busy, you cannot get married again, because it will not work, because you've got too much on. And I've said that myself. So I just saw that as a confirmation for me, which was lovely.
Yeah. Linda, do you have a sort of a time frame in your head when it comes to... I mean, obviously, when you split up from Lauren's dad.
Yeah. It took me a long time to get over that because that was my first love. But I feel like I don't really need a partner to love me. I've got my children, my grandchildren, my sisters, my friends and that. And I'm looking for affection, not an erection. It's true,
So,
just like...
Should we have that put on a T-shirt for you? Or on a mug?
What she put on
My head started hurting me when you said that.
I literally fell off my chair.
Do you think...
It's nice to have a cuddle with someone, isn't it?
Yeah.
Obviously, I cuddle my grandchildren.
It's a bit of a sweeping generalisation, but do you think... Sometimes you look and you think men tend to move on more quickly, I think, than women do. I think men are looking for somebody to also... Not all men, but to look after them a bit.
Yeah.
Whereas women don't need that, do they?
No, they don't.
And we want companionship, as you said.
We do, yeah. So I miss that, really. But then, as I said, I've got my sisters, my friends. I've got a group of really good friends. I've got you lot as well.
Yeah.
So we all look after each
Can't get
other.
rid of us.
No, I've tried my hardest.
We've had a lot of comments from you at home. So Ace said the right time is when you meet the right person. Maureen, after 40 years, I lost my husband. So sad, but loneliness is a terrible place. I never felt old enough to knit for shreddies. Remember that?
Yeah.
So when I laughed with someone again, it was the time to start moving on. I married again after 13 months. We have choices, and I made mine. Yeah. Lynn, I don't think I could house train another man. I've got the love of my life, and if that was to change, I'd be quite happy with, say, a companion, but I wouldn't want anyone living with me. Just the occasional night out, phone calls, that sort of thing.
Love her.
A good friend.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think a lot of women resonate with that. Andrea, I've been widowed 7 years, not interested in looking for another relationship, even though my kids have said they would not be upset if I did. And Kate, there's never a right or a wrong time. People are different. Some are quite happy living on their own, whilst others need company. So, I think that says it all.